from the frozen wastes of Helsinki Zoo, where brass monkeys sing like Jimmy Somerville, where we've come to witness a wedding night more important than Adam and Eve's, more romantic than Mick Jagger and Jerry Hall's, and more unlikely than Nigel Lawson and Maggie Thatcher's. It's the Noel Edmonds Saturday Roadshow!
Thank you. Well, after the overwhelming atmosphere of violence and general unpleasantness that we had in our American prison last week, it's so nice to be in this peaceful setting here in Helsinki at the world-famous zoo. And in fact, I was told it was going to be very cold. I brought this coat, but in fact, I think I'll take it off because the sun's out and it's very mild, and there's a lovely feeling of affection in the air because, ladies and gentlemen, in this cage behind me, we have two pandas that I understand like each other very much indeed. And what we're hoping is that in the next 45 minutes, these two pandas are going to, sort of... bold thing. They're going to... Hopefully it'll all happen before the end of the show, and we'll learn a bit more about pandas, because not a lot is known other than the fact that the female is very, very much the stronger. That's why the male panda always has black eyes, because it's... So while we're waiting for that to go on, we will, of course, have all sorts of other games. And a few weeks ago, I met a young lady by the name of Caroline Green. And from the moment where our meeting was known to her friends, they all said, "Caroline, show him your talent." And she did.
They said that I've got to show you how to do fingers in majorettes.
Could you show me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was very impressive. Thank you. Would you like to show me again? Tell me what you're doing as you're doing it.
You go under, over, and catch.
And how long have you been doing that?
8 years.
Just proves that practice is well worth for 8 years. She's a marvellous young lady, and we're going to be chatting to her, and wait till I get you home. Do not move an inch. She has got some classics. You'll fall off your seat laughing. And that was the reaction that we got last week in our Gotcha Oscar when we caught out Peter Snow. He took it very well. He wasn't quite as shocked as Kim Wilde was when we went for her.
Fill in as soon as I get back. I'll be about 15 seconds.
94.9 FM.
Why does Kim Wilde look quite that confused? All will be revealed in the Gotcha Oscar. We're also going to the Clown Court, and we have our ridiculous lyric game. But right now, let's have a roadshow experience. This one has got a very heavy R factor. The first part of it is ah! The second part is ah. This week, the roadshow experience is not for the faint-hearted, for the weak-limbed, or indeed the tone-deaf. Because this week... Oh, good morning, Vicar. Good morning. This week we have an ecclesiastical experience for you. And our first candidate is a right plonker.
Yeah, we'll try. So it's going to go up in a minute. Let go. Steady pull down. Not too hard. Pull down, let go. That's right, try not to look up. That's right, keep your hands down. Let go, not too hard, and catch, and let go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Lanston players will now perform Oranges and Lemons. G. Hi. That's it. A, well done. F. Good, well done. Well, very good. We're really swinging here. Good. I rather like it.
Is it too big?
You all right? I think it's a bit like an Eric Clapton solo. Captain.
Great. I think lunch is ready. The bells, the bells.
Stick with the musical feel, because Roadshow Club members, this is the big one. This is our big, new, exciting lyric game. The game that's got all the artistic integrity of the Eurovision Song Contest. And over here, we've got Joe.
My name's Jo Easton, and I'm from Shepherd's Bush, and I've come from Herne Bay in Kent. And I belong to a group called Bros. It's not the two boys, but it's Barnes and Richmond Operatic Society.
Awesome. I shall be back with you in a trice. And who are you?
My name's Joe Putnam. I live at Clapham. I work for London Transport Advertising, and I've got a rotten voice.
Have you? Perfect for this. The idea of the game is that we are going to play snippets of pop songs. The moment you identify the record, hit the buzzer, make sure you're right, because if you get the first word wrong, it goes to the other person. You get a point for every word that you get right. If you hesitate or you're wrong, you hear this. Let's have our very first snippet. Go!
Singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. I'm happy again. I'm laughing at clouds.
I think this might be right up your street, Joe.
I do hope so.
Go!
Chicago, that toddling town. Chicago, Chicago, I'll show you around. You'll love it. I'll love it.
Yeah. It was I love it. The third one sounds
There's
like
gotta be something better
Than this, there's got to be something better than this.
And so, on we go, like this.
There's
No business like show. No business I know. Everything about it is appealing. Everything the traffic will allow.
Very good. He's well and truly in the lead. Let's go with our fifth snippet.
Oh, what a...
Beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. There's a bright
all right, all right. Oh, let's go on.
Congratulations and meditation.
Oh, my goodness. There's still time for another one.
Spreading the news. I'm leaving today.
Right, go on, go on, go on.
I'm going.
At the sound of the elephant, unfortunately, we have no more time. And it means it is a quite astonishing victory for Joe. Well,
Very good.
quite remarkable. It means that the gold
Pathetic, isn't
the gold lame kazoo is yours,
wonderful.
Joe.
I can stick it to my toe.
Yes, fine. Yes, you don't get a kazoo.
No,
We've got one of those karaoke machines, so well done, Joe. Congratulations. Joe Putnam, our winner this week. We are very fortunate that here in Helsinki Zoo we do have with us one of the world's greatest experts on the giant panda.
Oh, that is correct, Noel, yes. Yes, I have observed them at close quarters in their natural environment.
Really?
Yes, I've observed their courting rituals, their nocturnal activities, their mating habits,
Yes.
their reproductive processes,
Yes, all right.
and their procreative urges.
Yes, I think we got the picture there. How many pandas have you actually got here?
Just the two.
Does that mean they're an endangered species?
Well, these two will be if they don't get on with it.
I mean, do you need permission to actually breed pandas?
Yes, you've got to have a licence. Mind you, it's very cheap, because they only come in black and white. Oh, well, I better get going and now I will go in there and G them up. Yes, I want to give them a few bamboo shoots.
Right.
Do you know something, Noel?
What?
These are a wonderful aphrodisiac. Do you want a bet?
Not at the moment, thank you, no.
Oh, well, suit yourself. I'm coming, my lovelies. No, I am not going to show you how to do it again.
We will chart the progress of the pandas through the eyes of our keeper. But now, I want to show you one or two souvenirs that I picked up. And you might well think that in a zoo, there wouldn't be many around, but I've got all sorts of souvenirs for you. And no doubt you look at this and you think, this is a trunk, and therefore, it must be an elephant's trunk. Yeah? No, well, you're wrong, because this is an elephant's trunk. Okay, find that bad, wait for the rest of it. Oh, look at this. Now this, all right, steady, don't be frightened by them. This is a very rare sight. This is a three-toed sloth. And on the back, you can actually see the three. Oh, look. Oh, now this is something that is very rarely seen. Oh, come on. Oh, now look. Oh, here, kitty, and here, kitty, and here, yeah, it's an octopus. You there? And look, it's even got a cat flap. Here's a little test for you. What do you think this is? What do you reckon that is? It's very nice. Chocolate. It's a mousse. I'll keep going until... Now, here is something that is very rarely seen in the world about us. This is a seal iron. And then, oh, come on. Oh, he's a little bit nervous. Could you quieten down, please? A little bit nervous. This is a Peking duck. They are getting desperate, aren't they? Absolutely. Well, I'm nearly there, don't worry. Now, their diet is something that is not often seen. The keeper was mentioning it, but this is a bamboo shoot. I love doing this, so I'm just going to keep doing it until you all plead with me to stop. Fair enough, I think that was unanimous, so we'll stop there. Pretty criminal activities one way and another. Mind you, nothing quite as criminal as what goes on in the clown court, eh?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it is now my duty to sum up the evidence. During the course of the trial, Regina versus cack-handed actors, the defence has rightly pointed out that some evidence was a little obscure.
Turn it off!
I've heard of blind justice, but that is ridiculous. But it is also not the point.
In the hands of a trained killer.
Furthermore, defence at one point contended that doors give off certain gases which render humans temporarily deaf. At least I think that's what he said.
Action! Action! Action!
Pardon? Sorry, I couldn't hear anything.
No, Mother, please don't go in there.
Ridiculous baby death and what?
And if that weren't enough, we were then told that technology has improved so much that simple objects such as a car telephone can now turn themselves around in the user's hand.
It's me. Is teacher feeling strict today? I will be with you in a few minutes. I'm playing hooky. I've got the telephone round the wrong way.
Sort of man who'd try to slam a revolving door. Plastic bands, we have been told, are actually electronically guided weapons designed to malfunction in a radio-controlled operation by some foreign power.
It's a little lucky silver sausage dog called Herman, and he bounces up and down on an elastic band. Sometimes.
And finally, Council asked us to have pity on Mr. Les Dawson, one of our tip-top comedians. At least down at the tip, he's the tops. And he was the unwitting victim of a plot by powerful industrialists who deliberately tampered with the programme blankety-blank because they believed the show was a very real threat to civilization as we know it.
It's not just me that was the cock-ups, is it? Come over here, darling. Face head to head. Right. Take your time.
My heels start down the floor. My heels can't.
I find them all guilty as charged. Next case. Pick up. Murray Walker? I thought he was doing life.
We will have a gotcha Oscar for Kim Wilde, but right now to play our very cerebral game, in other words, we've got a gentleman who is very much a sportsman and also a man of words. I've seen him shouting to the other people on the pitch. I've even seen him shouting at the referee. Would you please welcome the one and only Emlyn Hughes? No, I'm right, aren't I? I mean, are you all right? Control you.
I left school at 14, Telly. You've no chance.
But I've seen you giving it all the bunny and then on the TV.
He's no chance.
This is Andy Tudor. His hobbies are parties, drinks and meals out. His most embarrassing moment was on his stag night when...
I was deposited without clothes on a busy street in Wembley. 11:30 at night, and then locked out of the house for 10 minutes.
Did anyone notice you were without clothes?
Quite a few. They all ran away, though. So.
Sorts of strange stuff up here. I'm not quite sure what this is at the zoo. I don't know whether it relates to pandas at all. Phrases and sayings are what you're looking for. If you could manage to spot 3 of them from the screen in 90 seconds, then this would be your prize. Look at that cuddly panda. Ah, not an ooh, it's more of an ah. 4 in 90 seconds would get you your very own CD player. And 5 in 90 seconds, some photographic kit. Andy, this is the... Steady, members, steady. Was that the pandas, that's it? And how many are you going to go for?
5.
You're going to go for 5, he's going to go for 5. Okay, Emlyn.
Ready, stupid boy.
Stand by, and here they come. Something that passes in the night.
Night stars.
Lots of boats. Lots of boats. A word for another boats rhymes with lips.
Lips.
Another word. Yes. Yes. Oh, it's a bird and rhymes with pinch. And it's a yes.
Pinch.
Yes. Jolly good. Oh, all bright and beautiful. All
things.
Yes. Sheep have got it covered in it. Sheep.
Wool.
Yes. It's something that a candle does.
Lights, flames.
But it rhymes with show. It's got a...
Glow.
Yes.
Wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah, that's what sheep's clothing. Rhymes with bum, and it's not very nice people, and it's round the bath. Horrible stain round the bath. Yes. From and...
After.
Sounds like between 1 and 3.
2.
Yes. The smallest coin. It's a little... No, bigger than a halfpenny. A penny. Penny, yes.
Two's company.
Two's company, yes. The posh word for a pub. Coaching...
Horses.
In, yes. It's a part of a horse. It's also a German wine. It rhymes with a lock. Yes. It's the thing that they carry off in your coffin. Your coffin goes into the vehicle. The vehicle is a...
Yes.
Yes. Well, it sounds like the thing you do in golf when you're near the hole with the iron. Yes. It's what you do to make a woolen pullover. You have to with needles.
Knit. For sucking knit.
To sucking it, you idiot.
Stupid. A shot. Mother.
Care.
Yes. It's something that you'd send to somebody. It's a legal thing, and it rhymes with mit.
Document. Writ.
Yes. Something leaf. Adam had a something leaf.
Leaf.
Yes. A ticket. Black market tickets are sold by...
Shout it.
Figure it out.
Figure it out. Yeah, it's a shame you didn't really, isn't it?
What can I say? You are useless. What can I say? I got all the right answers. You were too late.
I'm running.
got an umbrella I can
I'm
borrow?
running out of pleasure doing this. Do you want to do it?
Please. Best of luck, pal. After 3, 1, 2, 3.
At this moment, in millions of homes, people have turned to each other going, I wonder if that smells. Andy, does it smell?
Not very nice.
It is terrible. An appropriate moment, of course, to say thank you very much indeed, Emlyn Hughes. Thank you. We now move on to a very serious topic indeed, because I'm delighted to say that the Roadshow club members throughout the UK have inundated our office with requests for more information to see what goes on behind the scenes.
This is the Roadshow Club manufacturing plant. And here is Janice, who's in complete charge of the operation. It's a typically busy day. An order for 3 gross of Noel Edmonds clip-on beards has been received from Walla Walla and are required for delivery urgently. Although the job has to be hurried, quality control is never sacrificed. In order to remain ahead of competitors, we have to continually innovate, and Janice is currently working on the Roadshow Cagoule, modelled here. Designed in the very latest style for the fashion-conscious member, it can be worn by either sex, and it's completely waterproof. But wait, an emergency! A member halfway up the Pennine Way has run out of walking miles and is stranded. This calls for immediate action. Janice rushes to the club's Road Warrior mobile and jumps in. The engine flies into life and she zooms out of view.
He seems very upset.
Eh?
I said he seems very upset.
Oh, yes. One of our elephants has just died.
Oh, he must have really loved it.
No, he's the one who's got to dig the grave.
How's your mating going?
Oh, it'll be all right at the weekend. I put an advert in the Exchange of Marts.
Hey?
Oh, you mean the pandas? Yes. Actually, we can look at them now, here. There. Now, as you see, there's not a lot going on in the cage.
No.
But any minute now, the male of the species will come forward and thump on the floor of the cage with his right paw.
Oh, that's interesting. Why does he do that?
Got nothing else to do.
Is the female shy?
Shy? Oh, shy. Do you know, at breakfast, she even knocks before she takes the top of her egg off. But the male of the species is not very forceful. No. All men are cowards. Yes. Do you know, if men had to have the babies, do you know what we'd all be called?
What?
An only child.
Anyway, this is a very busy zoo, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Yes. Do you know, I've had to double up on all the animals. For instance, I've had to put the ostrich with the Bengal tiger.
That doesn't sound very safe.
Well, it's all right, until the playfulness gets out of hand. Then there's a right dust-up.
What happens then?
We buy another ostrich. Hey, come on in there, hurry up.
What occurs to me, have you tried any artificial methods?
Let me tell you. We've tried artificial insemination, fertility drugs. Now, I have even dressed up a scientist in a panda costume and shoved him in there just to give him a bit of encouragement.
What happened?
Dead.
They killed him?
Died of boredom. Oh, well, there won't be anything going on in there for ages. Noel,
Yeah.
are you interested in American coins?
Well, sort of.
Would you like to see my quarters?
All right, then.
good.
Have you got any more of those bamboo shoots?
Yes, lots.
All these wait till I get you home are great. I really enjoy them. But this one is going to be very special because the young lady in question, Caroline, has got some very interesting views about all sorts of things. And we've got Mum Veronica here and Auntie Jane. Now, Veronica, what's Caroline like?
Bundle of laughs.
Yeah?
Gets up to all sorts of mischief.
Obviously, there is something very special going on in your home because there is this sort of laugh about, knock about energy and whatever. I mean, do you think she's going to come up with anything too embarrassing?
Knowing Caroline, probably.
Yeah, I think you're quite right. So let's immediately get on with the embarrassment. And we're playing for an imitation fur hat and scarf. So you'll have to fight it. If you wanted to give Mum a really special day out, what would you organise? A wimpy? A trip to the public gallery of the House of Commons for a debate about the colour of the poll tax form? A day at the BBC? Or something entirely different? The choice is yours.
Something different.
No, I reckon your favourite play's a wimpy. Yeah.
Why'd you say that?
She loves wimpies.
Does she?
Yeah.
You love wimpies?
Yeah.
Yes, that counts for one or two things. So, if you wanted to give your mum a really special day out, what would you organise?
Wimpy.
We're now playing for everything that you could possibly want to adopt an animal. Very good scheme. Who do you think is the best person in the world? I said to Caroline. Did she say Colonel Gaddafi? Did she say Richard Branson? Did she say Jason Donovan? Did she say something other than those three?
Something other.
Yeah, something else.
Best person in the world?
Probably herself.
Who do you think's the best person in the whole world?
Me.
Now we're starting to get very inventive indeed. We're playing for some Roadshow binoculars, club members. If Mum was a wild animal, which animal do you think she'd be? Did she say a gnu, a teddy bear, a rabbit, or something else?
Rabbit.
Rabbit! If your mum was a wild animal...
She never will be.
No, I know that. But which animal do you think she'd be?
Rabbit.
A rabbit?
Yeah, a rabbit.
Why a rabbit?
Because we've got one of our own and she likes it. Yeah, she likes rabbits.
And what's your rabbit called?
Bobby.
That's a stupid name for a rabbit.
I chose it because it used to be my rabbit.
Why did you call it Bobby?
Because it's the colour.
Well, what colour's a Bobby then?
Chocolate brown.
A Bobby is chocolate brown.
No, not a Bobby. A Bobby is a person. A name of a person.
Yes, but you said you called it Bobby because of the colour.
Yeah. Called my rabbit Bobby because of the colour. Chocolate brown. I couldn't think of no other name, so I called it Bobby.
I don't see the link between Bobby and chocolate brown.
I do.
Well, what is the link?
B is in the brown. The O is in the chocolate. The B is in the brown again, and the other B is in the brown, and the I just scrubbed out. I still put it in for the name, because it would have sounded stupid, Bob.
And so, of course, after that, I had to ask her about her other pets. Well, let's start with the budgies. What are they called?
Sooty and Ollie.
I'm ready for this. Why is it called Ollie?
Because it's green.
On the same principle as Bobby and chocolate brown, how did you get from Ollie to green?
Because Ollie is green, and so was the budgie green, so I called it Ollie. It wasn't our budgie before we had it.
Bobby was brown.
Yeah.
And you explained how you'd arrived at that, but I don't see the link between green and Ollie.
Nor do I.
So we've covered the budgies.
Yeah.
Goldfish, what are their names?
Millie and Molly, that's what I call them.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Don't know.
The panda gnome. The panda gnome is what we're playing for now, ladies and gentlemen. So we then got serious, and I said, what sort of person would you like to marry, Caroline? And did she say a man? Did she say a panda? Did she say an estate agent? Or did she say something completely different?
Something different.
Who would you like to marry?
A person.
That would be a good move. What sort of chap would you like to marry?
Tall, dark and handsome.
Have you got to have anything else?
Hair.
Tall, dark, handsome, with hair.
Yeah, not bald head. I like people with hair.
Anything else?
Somebody who don't smoke.
Tall, dark, handsome, with hair, non-smoker. Anything else?
Not puffed-up.
Now, of course, young children do have a totally different use of the vocabulary and a totally different perception of things, which is why I wanted a clarification.
What's a pufter?
Somebody who wears earrings. Dresses up like a girl.
So the Roadshow gnome is yours, and you can have her back now, because here she is, the one and only Caroline. All right.
Fine.
Yeah, you enjoying the zoo? Trip to the zoo? Nice, isn't it?
Wow. You already see the pandas.
Yeah, I know, but they're in the back there. They're sort of...
Why can't they come out?
Well, I think they're being friendly.
They'd be even more friendlier if they come out.
Yeah, well, hopefully they will. Before the end of the show, we'll see them. Now, we come to the matter of the very special gift. Now, you won't say anything, will you?
No.
And I hope you've not discussed this at home.
No.
You might have told a fib then, actually, Caroline. I asked her about the toy she would most like. Did she say a BMW? Did she say a BMX? Did she say a BM chicken? Because a BM chicken lays BM eggs, you see. Did she say something entirely different to that? What do you think she wants?
Something different.
What do you think that she wants then?
Well, it's either a keyboard or a bike.
A BMX is a bike. One of us is showing our age, and I think it's you. Anyway, what do you think she'd like?
BMX.
I would like to have a BMX bike.
Because you were an absolute delight to talk to. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I hope you enjoyed our little chat. I hope you will use this very carefully, learn to ride it properly, because this, courtesy of one of our zookeepers here, is your very own BMX bike.
Thank you.
Christmas came early. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you very much, Caroline. Now, a lot of people have been talking about what we did to Peter Snow and the gotcha Oscar that he got. It was a very complicated hit, but we've been at it again with our miniature cameras that we installed in a radio studio to try and catch a wonderful lady. I wonder what she thinks of the gotcha Oscar. She's here now. Kim Wilde! From your side of things, Kim, how did you view things?
Well, as I saw it, I was going to go to GLR to take part in a live interview with James Cameron about the environment.
And unfortunately, he wasn't very well. I mean, he was all right, really.
He'd had a curry.
He'd had a curry. So the problem, as far as Kim was concerned, was the fact that James Cameron He's going to really drop her in it. She thinks the show is live.
Yes.
And he has to nip off and do something very personal and private.
Right. Well, what happens is we've got 3-minute news bulletin.
Okay.
And then we've got this, so this curry last night.
Oh, my mum made me some lentil soup the other day. I've been having similar problems ever since.
Okay, yeah.
How are you feeling?
Grim. I'll be all right, though.
Well, what way did you feel grim?
Well, I just got a really funny tummy, but I'll be all right. Don't worry, I'll be all right. Sometimes happens.
John Major says he's there deported.
We okay, Ben?
Fine.
GLI News from the BBC, I'm Giselle Finlay.
Good evening and welcome to Friday's edition of Talk on GLR. James Cameron with you until 11 on this Friday evening. And in the first hour, we'll be finding out how and why we're all turning green. With me now, though, is Kim Wilde. Kim, can I first of all ask you then, when did you start going green?
It was 1986, and it was when the Sandoz chemical plant polluted the Rhine. I was just so angered by it that as soon as I got home, I decided to make myself more aware of all environmental issues.
Right, well, we'll talk more about that in a moment. But first, the second in our series of reports about the environment.
After I joined the Civic Trust, I went around the country.
Brilliant. I'm just going to, just quickly, it's all right, we've got quite a long time on this place. I'm just going to quickly go to leave, but I'll be back. I'll just be back in about, yeah, exactly.
Others were carrying out campaigns, for example, very amusing little individual project. And they would only be too pleased to show
and
you
half the
and
dick.
to advise you.
I know. But that's not the point. No, I don't know. Kim, where's James?
Where is he?
Hang on a sec, I'll bring you back. Where's James gone?
He went to the loo.
To the loo? Listen, I've got a 30-second jingle here. I'll go and find him because he should be back, okay? So I'll leave your mic open. If you can just talk green for fill in as soon as I get back. I'll be about 15 seconds.
Hi, this is Kim Wilde. James has just left the studio for a few moments, and we're here talking about green issues. So I'll tell you why I'm here. Good news for me and good news for you. It's very difficult to carry on talking like this. I feel I should explain the situation. James, who I'm doing an interview with, is feeling extremely ill, and my name is Kim Wilde. And I've been asked to just chat away until he returns. It can take place in pub cellars, and functions, and they take bets on how long it will last.
I'll put a jingle in 5 seconds, Kim. He's been really ill in the toilet. Listen, David Lucas, the next guest, has arrived. I'm going to leave your mic open, talk to him. He's an old DJ, and he's got something to do with the rainforests, right? Just Phil.
Okay, we have David Lucas coming into the studio pretty soon, so I'm just waiting for him to come into the studio. While I'm waiting, I would say. Right. Next, I could talk to you a little bit about the Worldwide Fund. They have a book out at the moment called Knitting Wildlife. I'm not at all interested in knitting at all, but my nan is. And I'm sort of running out of things to say. But let me see what I can talk to you a little bit through their old and outdated sewage works. Right, we now have our guest who's arrived. David Lucas. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. You look strangely familiar. I'll carry on. This is David Lucas, who is, I think he's a professor.
No, I'm not a professor, I'm a doctor.
Oh, sorry, right, I'm a doctor. What are you on the show for?
Very shortly, I'm going to the Amazon.
Yeah.
To see the Pattaya Indians.
I see. And, Did you know that that the rainforest used to cover 14% of the Earth's surface? I suppose you did, didn't you?
14.5.
Oh, I see. Do you know, I have to say, you do look very familiar. You look very much like someone I know called Noel. It's very strange, you know. It's a strange thing. Do people often say that you look like Noel Edmonds?
Tire Indians.
Kim Wilde, for brilliant improvisation when you thought you were live on the radio, and in fact you're not at all. Congratulations. Your own got your Oscar.
Very good indeed. Excellent. Kim, congratulations. I think you've established some sort of record there for talking about conservation without anybody asking you questions or anything. And thank you very much indeed. Your very own got your Oscar.
Well, thank you.
It's been...
Noel, I did rather enjoy it, actually.
Good. And look at that. No threat at the end that she's going to get her own back. So thank you very much indeed, Kim Wilde. Obviously something's happening.
Oh, Noel, I am so sorry about an embarrassing incident that happened in my room earlier. I don't know how the door got locked.
That's all right.
My hand must have slipped.
Yes, well, with all those chains and padlocks, it's very easy. Mind you, it was a lesson. You shouldn't carry the key in your mouth like that. One little hiccup and you swallowed it, and we could have been there forever.
Yes. Anyway, there's something happening in the cage.
How can you be sure?
Well, I just saw the male light up 2 cigarettes.
And what does that mean?
Well, traditionally, now he's got his confidence, he'll look round for a new mate.
Where around here at this time are you going to find a small, cuddly, panda-shaped thing?